Tess and Her Mess by Tori Gaasenbeek. From a young age, Tess was a mess, from toys on the floor to food on her dress. Mess seemed to follow Tess wherever she went, especially her room, where most time was spent. Her room, truly a dreadful sight, could give even pigs a terrible fright. There were books on the bed and crayons on the chair, mountains made of clothes, even underwear. "Oh my, what a mess!" her mother exclaimed. "This is unacceptable, Tess. I am ashamed." Finding things in this mess is like searching through fog. We all want this room clean, even your dog. This room must be cleaned, and I mean today. Until then, you may not go out to play. "But Mom," Tess wailed with fear and dread, "can't I clean it later and play now instead? By the time I finish, it will be dark, and all of my friends will be gone from the park." "No ifs, ands, or buts. You're cleaning it all. When you are done, give me a call." It would take forever to make her room clean. Not an inch of the floor could even be seen. As she looked at the mess and began to scan, she had an idea. Yes, a marvelous plan. The closet, the perfect place for her mess to hide. She shoved it all in and stood there with pride. "Mom, I'm done. I'm going out to play. I'll put on my coat, then be off on my way." Her mom couldn't believe it. How could this be? "Not a thing out of place," she cried out with glee. But when Tess returned, there were worries and troubles. Their dog had gone missing, their poor little Bubbles. Tess searched the house high and low. With no luck, there was one room to go. As she stepped into her room, something yapped. It came from her closet. Bubbles was trapped. Bubbles had become a prisoner of her mess. There was one thing to do if she wanted success. Tess was ready to battle and to put up a fight. She knew it was time to make things right. She put dirty clothes in the hamper and put books in a stack. She would show that mess. She would attack. With things almost all put away, she still had not won. The mess wouldn't release Bubbles until she was done. At last, her room was clean without a doubt, and Tess's precious Bubbles scurried on out. Bubbles wagged her little tail and brought Tess a toy. "What a victory!" she shouted with pride and joy. She sat down with Bubbles and took it all in. Her room looked beautiful, she thought with a grin. From that day on, mess was no longer Tess's friend. Her days of messy rooms had come to an end.